Okay, let's dive right in. Today, we're going on a bit of a philosophical journey, and we're going to explore a really fascinating idea about fate, freedom, and, well, the very nature of who we are. It all kicks off with a simple but pretty powerful metaphor. You see, this one idea kind of frames our whole existence. It's suggesting that every single one of us has this incredible potential, but, and this is the key, it's not just handed to us. That potential has to be unlocked through effort, through a process of real refinement. We're all basically unpolished stones just waiting to be shaped.
And here is the twist. What if the big stuff, the absolute core aspects of your life, are already mapped out? What if the blueprint for your life was set in stone, literally, long before you ever had a say in it? This is the central idea behind a concept called the kingdom of inevitability.
So what is this kingdom exactly? Well, according to this philosophy, it's the world we're all born into. It's a world that's governed by a totally unchangeable order.
The source material calls this inevitability, and it's not chaos, not at all. It's actually a perfect cosmic order. Think about the planets in their orbits, or even the rise and fall of great empires. It's this idea that everything happens for a reason, following a path that's already been laid out. But this doesn't just apply to these big cosmic events. Oh no, it gets way more personal. In fact, this school of thought gets super specific. It identifies precisely 18 aspects of our personal lives that are considered completely unmanageable. Things we just can't choose or control, no matter how hard we try.
I mean, just think about it for a second. You couldn't choose when you were born or who your parents are. This philosophy takes it even further, arguing that things like who you'll marry or when you'll eventually die are also part of that predetermined design. So we're born into this kingdom of necessity, bound by all its rules. So are we just stuck? Well, not exactly.
This is where our journey takes a major turn. Because if we start in a kingdom of necessity, there has to be a way out, right? A path that leads toward a kingdom of freedom. And believe it or not, that path has a name.
So look at this. On the left is where we all begin. Bound, raw, determined. And on the right, that's the goal. To become free, polished, and transcendent. The big question then is, how in the world do we get from one side to the other?
The bridge between the two is cultivation. This is the active, intentional work of polishing that raw stone we talked about right at the beginning. This is not a passive thing. It's a conscious effort to refine ourselves, to actually move beyond those predetermined limitations.
And this isn't just some vague, fuzzy idea. It's actually a structured, three-stage journey. It's a clear roadmap from where we are to where we want to be.
It all starts with the basics, cleaning up your daily actions, clearing your mind of all that negative junk. Then, you move on to a much deeper understanding of the universe and, your place in it. And finally, the ultimate goal, to transcend your own ego, your individual self, and become one with that fundamental order you were once bound by.
So, what is the final destination? After all this cultivation, all this polishing, what do you become? Well, you achieve a state that's known as perfect humanity. Now, this isn't about being perfect in a human sense, like never making a mistake. It's about becoming something more. It means you've moved beyond the day-to-day struggles and the limitations of the physical world, and you're ready for whatever comes next.
So what does this state actually look like? Here are the first 4 of 8 core conditions. They include stuff like a deep love for nature, being humble, and having zero desire for conflict. But take a look at the very first condition. This one is seen as the foundation for absolutely everything else, revering the greatest creator.
According to the source material, the greatest creator is the source of that universal order, that very principle of inevitability we started with. So the whole journey comes full circle. You see, you don't fight the order. You learn to understand it, you learn to revere it, and ultimately, you merge with it.
And in the end, that is the ultimate prize. It's a journey from being just a piece that's moved by the universe to becoming part of the movement itself. It's about transforming your very existence so that you align with eternity.
So this brings the question right back to us, doesn't it? To right here, right now. If your life really is that unpolished stone and the only path to freedom is through cultivation, what is the very first step you take? What's your first cut?